Hello everyone, it's your favorite FGC VTuber, Greatest Gamer 00 here, and on the latest video or controversy, we're going to be talking about Blazing Strike at Frosty Faustings. So for those who don't know, Frosty Faustings just had, or they're a tournament, you know, they've gotten into a certain semi-big status lately. There's other things that have been going on, whatever, you know, I'm not going to talk about the guy who punched the wall, some samurai pop-out. There's a lot, actually. Go check out Button Check's video on it. He's going to do a much more comprehensive coverage, I would say, of what I'm doing. Or yeah, what I'm doing. I guess I'll cover minor things here and there. And of course, there's FGC stuff. I'll still do videos here and there about that. I mean, obviously, FGC VTuber. But what I want to talk about is something that I found very interesting. I didn't even know there was a bracket for Blazing Strike. But yeah, no, it was a successful outing. I mean, even saw that oddly BB Tag and what was it? BB Tag and fucking what's it called? I forgot. Idol Showdown actually had a pretty decent show out, which is crazy. By the way, Frosty Fausting's out here by Chicago, in case you're curious. But yeah, you know, they've gone into not a big status, but, you know, bigger than what they used to be. And with, you know, bigger things comes bigger problems. And again, I didn't know Blazing Strike was on there, but I saw this event. I was like, you know what? Let me actually react to this live instead of just seeing it beforehand and give my thoughts as we're going on. But yeah, sorry I dragged it a bit. Yeah, apparently. So I happen to have a tragic details of this Dustify. Here's the thread. By the way, who doesn't know, Blazing Strike is what I believe to be a indie fighting game or something, or maybe semi-indie, maybe double A. The launch was not received too well. You know, the biggest problem was the price and then how long it took, and there wasn't a lot of convenience. And it's funny because even I had issues. Like, we were wondering, is it actually going to come out? They dropped the trailer, and it's the same trailer from like 2 years ago. Mind you, 2 years. And then it actually dropped within that same year later, like 6 months, with like no real, like it was weird. It was a weird, bad shadow drop, in my opinion. So that was already sus. And even when people think, okay, the game's okay, so at least it doesn't scam or anything. But it's like, you know, there was nothing really, especially because of the content had and everything. And as far as I know, again, the shadow drop did not help its case either for what momentum it did have. Regardless, there's already some mild controversy about the game in its own. I mean, it's okay. I'll get it, but I'm not paying for the price for what they're asking for either. But I really do love the gimmick and appeal and everything. So let's see if this is to the game itself or something about them hosting it. Again, sorry for delaying this. I just wanted to give details. It's a lot, especially because Blazing Strike, no one knows what the fuck Blazing Strike is, right? I should mention that as well. It's probably the only indie fighting game I even give a fuck about. The rest, like, not so much. Just some Gooner Gate. Or not even Gooner Gate. It's just a Gooner ass fucking Korea fighting game, which, you know, honestly, fine. Power to you, young fuck. I just ain't playing that shit. So it doesn't look like it plays good. And then other fighting games just don't look fun to play at all or don't interest me. Or, again, they have the same problem as Blazing Strike, where it's like, okay, what do you do that other fighting games do different? And no, I don't mean mechanics. I'm talking about, like, what's your content? But that's not getting into that. That's the point. So first off, Blazing Strike had 2 setups the entire weekend. Okay, that is pretty... Not too bad of an issue. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, however, the interest in the game was so dead. They were used as an extend P4 arena setups for a majority of the weekend. Oh, damn. Okay, okay, I think that is a bad thing. I think that's in bad faith, like, because this happened. I talked about it in the controversy where Tekken players were using other setups, including VF. Like, no, in my opinion, those setups should be left alone. And here's the other problem too. Even if you do say, okay, we need this or something, like, I get it, emergency, and you're doing running bracket. Okay, yeah, cool. I get it. Sure, make things run better. But after that, like, if you are the person who does do this, at least have the decency to, one, don't take both, take one. And then second, change it back to the game it originally was. That's not a hard thing to do, especially you're the fucker who started it, or let someone know, oh, this is what this was, you know? Make sure to change it back, at least that kind of common courtesy. But generally, I mean, again, it depends on you, whatever, you know, especially for something that niche, I would say. You know, but Tekken, like, no. Especially, like, if your thing's a big game, no, that's not whatever, right? But if you're, again, Persona 4, maybe they have only 2 setups. Oh, we need to get a bracket running and we have a lot of people. That's fair. That makes fucking sense, right? But not when you're fucking a big title or some bullshit. So this one's, like, not as offensive, the other thing. But regardless, I think 2 setups is pretty weak. But again, niche fighting game, who the fuck's actually going to have it? I think that is an issue. But at the end of the day, who was really requesting it? Okay, so interest in the game was so dead. So, okay, yeah. So, again, it seems to be retaining more to the game itself. I think this in itself, I mean, unless it was that bad that they're like, fuck it. I mean, my thing is, if it's from the turn arguments themselves, get rid of the sign. That's just what I'm saying, right? Next thing, the total of 60 queues for a 60... This isn't a joke. And not to mention, this is a main game. Wait, this was a main game? Whoa, okay. So this just seems like, the interest in the game itself. Before we look up top 8 to find the match had been reported wrong, causing us to have to wait 15 minutes to start delaying the stream. This is uncommon and isn't anyone's fault, but will become a... Yeah. So then we go to the bracket before top 8, Blazing Strike. The rest did not know the game much. Decided, to teach the rest at top 8. This technique consisted of dash command grab that made it meaty. What made it so bad? Will this mean... Okay, so, okay, game stuff. Yeah, there's nothing you could do if you get hit. Okay, so just some tech stuff, you know, some early, you know, some cheese shit, and no one knows how to deal with it because no one's like, that's crazy. I kind of want to play this game now, so I can be one of the best at it. Nah, I'm on cap. 6 out of 8 players that used Alexander, and it eventually became grab warfare. Okay, this just sounds fun. How do you commentate that? My poor friend had to think of other topics because I mean, dude, dude, that sounds like that's funny as shit. I would have hopped off, dude. Me and Cock were like, yo, hold on, we got you, but we're back up. Oh my god, no, they're coming. We would have fucking. Okay, so we would have ran that one, but yeah. Also, the chance one of the players planned it before because he knew it was shit was a. I was trying us to have fun with what was given. I can almost guarantee no one in that crowd or top 8 cared during those 2 to 3 hours. We were laughing at it, unfortunately. Nah, that's great. From what I could gather, the developer knew this glitch was in the game and the tournament. It was brought to the attention and had a patch in November to fix it. After it didn't work, multiple people saying there was no follow patch. Also, this is me trying to dog on single guy who made the fighting game. He's probably a cool guy. However, not listening to fans was a major concern and yada yada. Now I must read a side game having issues in nearly as problem. However, I will go into the mainline game. Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that it's somehow a mainline game, I think that's if it wasn't that, this wouldn't be as big of an issue. Last thing, I do not see Blazing Strike ever recovering for this on any level. Yep, I do not see TO wanting to run this. Yep, it's a joke. Yep, new info. Apparently, there will be multiple people working on Blazing Strike. What was gathered, it will not really screenshot. It just seems one person dev as if pre. Oh, that explains a lot more. Actually, I didn't know it was a one-man dev. Also, forgot to mention people rage quitting the game due to this. One was me. Well, that's fair. Basically, there's so many things that can go into a virtually dead game on arrival. I mean, yeah, to avoid any more confusion, the Clifford CVS2 had more backstage problems. And that originally, I was told Blazing Strike was a factor as well. However, after others came, I'll delete the part saying I wasn't fully right with the CVS2 time stuff and apologize. This was most unfortunate part because those chants became a huge annoyance for anyone playing arcade brackets. Yeah, no, yeah. Kind of be careful not to interrupt other, people. Why not ban it mid-turn? Yeah, that's true. True, honestly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at that point, what do you do? I mean, unless you're like a really TO that really, like, to me personally, I would have been like, hey, man, or I would have even taken it, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, for that, I would just let it rock. I'm like, this is great. I mean, me personally, I think this is funny as shit. I do think it's an issue, but I'd be like, fuck it, let's roll what we got, let's meme it up, That would have been my way to handle it personally. I think people would have been down with that. But if I would have been like, this is so bad, are people like, okay, I get, the thing is too, why you want to let it run, people paid money to be here and everything. Like, you kind of have to let it run. Like, I would even for me as someone, I would consider myself a high position for TO. I would have to at least run it through what it can. Like, I don't know, to me, like, to cancel something, I wouldn't even consider, because like it's already par, it's whatever. Like, unless it's something that really is really detracting and causing issues, like let's say maybe the game itself is making the capture card, then that's when I will, okay, we have to cancel it. And even then, I don't really cancel the stream. You could still let it rock. My thing is, if you're gonna cancel it, I would have canceled it way before. Like, to me, here's the best way. If the entry number is omega low, and there's other issues, like, again, if I would know about that, I would have just canceled before this shit ever happened. That just would have been me. That would have been me. Outside of that, I don't see that much of a situation where I would cancel the tournament itself. It doesn't really, isn't that much of a detriment. I mean, I don't know, even for as much as a shit show this is. I reveal there's a lot of truth, but who's to say? Scrub claimed that Arxis paying to make this game what it is got Sam's show demoted to Vortex Gallery. I will simply believe that would know. I mean, I'm not surprised, dude, because yeah, there's already a lot of such shit with Axis games, so I don't even doubt that. At Frosty's, while fight, Animal Steel can't. What an unfortunate realist statement ever. The fact is, a main game as huge as Frosty scares me. I mean, Frosty's only recently got huge. I think it's a combination that probably did get paid. I mean, just talking to the developers, like, hey, could you make this a main game? They probably didn't even really pay. The reason I keep this game sealed away. Oh my god. I gotta check this game out. Yeah. But yeah, that is the controversy with Blazing Strike. Buy at your own peril. I mean, here's the thing. When you're buying any game that isn't the big three, or anything with a huge population, bro, you better have homies to play with that shit, Because, I mean, look, imagine going to a tournament. That's the issue you have, right? It's a motherfucker. But yeah, with that being said, that seems to be the issue. That is the controversy going on with that. And yeah. No, that's all we got for today. That was a crazy revelation. With that being said, thank you. I mean, I'm just being a dumb dumbass to repeat it. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, whatever. That's an interesting note that happened at Frosty. But yeah, crazy thing. And remember, every day is great when you're chibi. And I will get to playing my SMT. Because I got a bunch of shit,